Hollywood is built on dreams, fame, awards, red carpets. But behind the glamour, power often decides who rises and who disappears. For decades, Harvey Weinstein was one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. Actors feared him, studios listened to him, the Oscars bent in his direction, and then, almost overnight, his empire collapsed. How did one man control Hollywood for decades? Why did nobody stop him sooner? And what finally led to one of the most dramatic downfalls in modern American history? This is the story of Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein wasn't born into Hollywood royalty. He grew up in Queens, New York, in a working-class family. He wasn't charming. He wasn't glamorous. But he was obsessive, aggressive, and ambitious. In the 1970s, Weinstein and his brother Bob started small, organizing rock concerts. Harvey handled the deals. And right away, people noticed something. He didn't take no well. That trait, relentless pressure, would later define his entire career. By the late 1970s, the brothers shifted into film distribution, and that move changed everything. In 1979, the Weinstein brothers founded Miramax Films. At first, Miramax focused on independent films, movies too risky or unusual for big studios. But Harvey had a gift. He knew how to sell stories, not just movies. He pushed films aggressively. He campaigned relentlessly during award seasons. He called voters. He pressured theaters. He made noise. And it worked. Miramax released hits like Pulp Fiction, The English Patient, and Shakespeare in Love. Harvey Weinstein became the man who could win Oscars. Actors knew if Harvey backed your film, your career could explode. But there was a darker side to this power. Behind closed doors, Weinstein ruled through fear. He screamed at assistants. He threatened careers. He built a reputation as someone you didn't cross. People whispered warnings. Don't be alone with him. Don't get on his bad side. But Hollywood looked away. Why? Because Weinstein made people rich. He won awards. He controlled access. And in Hollywood, silence is often the price of success. For years, even decades, allegations followed him quietly. Settlements were paid. Non-disclosure agreements were signed, but nothing stuck until 2017. In October 2017, everything changed. Major journalists published detailed investigations featuring multiple women who accused Weinstein of serious misconduct. This time, the stories were public, documented, and impossible to ignore. One voice encouraged another, then another. What had been whispered for decades exploded into the open. Hollywood turned instantly. Studios cut ties. Awards were revoked. Longtime allies went silent. And something bigger happened. The allegations sparked the hashtag #MeToo movement, encouraging people worldwide to speak openly about abuse of power. Weinstein went from untouchable to toxic. Authorities began formal investigations. Harvey Weinstein was charged with criminal offenses, including sexual assault and rape. The cases focused on incidents involving multiple women across different years. In 2020, after a high-profile trial, Weinstein was convicted. The sentence, decades in prison. For a man who once ruled Hollywood's biggest rooms, the contrast was shocking. From red carpets to courtrooms, from private jets to a prison cell. Weinstein's downfall reshaped Hollywood. Studios re-examined power structures. Actors spoke more openly. The industry, slowly, began to change. But many still ask, why did it take so long? How many people knew? And how many careers were quietly destroyed along the way? Harvey Weinstein's story isn't just about one man. It's about unchecked power, about silence, and about what happens when fear protects the powerful.